come and join me on my way to school. I'm heading to school, that's right. Last semester in graduate school. Those of you that have been on this journey with me for a minute, you already know your boy has been grinding these last few years. Last year, actually. It ain't been a few years. It's been the last year. Not that long. But we here, man. We in the last semester. So I'm headed to school every Tuesday, every Thursday for the next month at least. I'll be headed to school and I'll just come in and rap with y'all. Let's talk Falcon therapy. So today, I already prayed this morning. I ain't saying I prayed enough, but we're going to get to the content. So 53-man roster reaction. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little shocked. I was a little shocked, y'all, when I go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button and that notification bell if it's your first time. We'd love to have you here. Come on and join the Falcon Therapy crew. We always looking for more Falcon therapists. You know we need Falcon therapy because Falcon fan, we've been through a lot, man. So just come on this journey with us. That looked like Arya's dad. That is Arya's dad right there. So yeah, come on the journey with us. We'll be riding to school, like I said. Let me put in my address where I'm going here. San Jose State University parking garage.
There's SJSU South parking garage.
Yes, that's where I want to be right there. Ooh, I'm gonna arrive at school right on time, so I'll be a little late to class, but it should be all good. What were my reactions though? Let's get to my reactions for 53-man roster. First of all, Nate Carter. Congratulations to Nathan Carter, man. He made the 53. He played his way onto this team. Yes, he could be a factor in the return game. He could be a factor possibly on third downs. If the Falcons get in a pinch, he could be a factor getting a few plays a game to try to break a big one. I think he's a big play guy. So congratulations to Nathan Carter, undrafted free agent, for making the 53-man roster. That was huge. He took a boy's spot. He wasn't playing, so your best ability is availability. My boy wasn't playing at all, Carlos Washington Jr., so Nathan Carter stepped in there and swooped on that job real quick, as he should have. And congratulations to the coaches for recognizing that and for keeping him. Next roster reaction from me. J.D. Bertrand. I thought J.D. Bertrand would be might be a practice squad guy this year. With all the influx of new defensive players, I thought J.D. Bertrand might find himself from the outside looking in. But J.D. Bertrand, I mean, he provides some special teams value. Been on the team, this is his second year. They seem to think that, yeah, he has enough value to keep him on the 53-man roster. I was shocked to see his name. So shout out to J.D. Bertrand, man. You played your way on the roster. Natron Brooks, defensive back, played his way on this roster. The man was making plays all preseason long. I loved what I saw from Natron Brooks. Definitely deserved to be on the roster. Great reaction from me when I saw his name. So proud of that guy. Don't know him personally, of course, but Natron Brooks, if you ever watch this clip, boy, you earned that spot. You took that spot from a guy that everybody loved, Kobe Bryant. Everybody loved Kobe Bryant. Everybody was rooting for him. Everybody was celebrating the fact that the Falcons got him in the undrafted free agency market right after the draft, but you outplayed Kobe, and you deserve the spot on the roster. Absolutely. A guy that we thought was a fringe guy. Clark Phillips III on the roster. Okay, Clark Phillips III makes the roster. Even with Brooks making the roster, even with the addition of Billy Bowman Jr., I'm gonna call him the Missile. I'm gonna start calling him the Missile though. Billy Bowman, the Missile. He's a guy that flies around the field. He outplayed everyone for that nickel spot. I think he's going to be our starting nickel this season. And I thought Clark Phillips would be, he'd be a guy that wouldn't, they wouldn't have room for. But Jeff Ulbrich clearly advocating for his defense. They keep Clark Phillips III. Also, they keep D. Alford. I thought it was going to be one or the other. D. Alford is going to be on the 53-man roster as well. So a lot of the guys we thought might be gone, stuck on this roster. You see the Falcons prioritizing defense. Who were some of the guys? Hey, what's up, JG Bros? What's up, Cat? How you doing? How's everybody doing in here? We're talking some Falcons 53-man roster reactions. I don't know if we've got some football fans in here. What type of fans we got in here? Hello, everyone. Go ahead and hit that like if you're in here. Hit that subscribe if you're in here. And hit that notification bell. Oh, yes. Haha. We also saw Kent McGarry out for the season. Right tackle, guy that was supposed to be protecting Michael Penix's backside, blind side, however you want to call it. He's out for the year, and that's unfortunate. Thank you for subbing, Kat. Who's that in here that says that? RC says Atlanta season, if they don't get a tackle. They already got a tackle, my friend. They got Michael Jarrell from the Seattle Seahawks earlier today, my friend. They got a tackle. He's a guy that kind of got a mediocre PFF grade. They started a few games last season, I think 6. He's a guy that can come in. He actually played against the Falcons last year. Played against the Falcons, started that game. He graded out his best game against the 49ers. In that game, he graded out really well for his run blocking. So clearly there's something that the Falcons saw in this young man. They gave up a conditional, was it a 7th round pick or a 6th round pick? So not a high draft pick at all. I mean, it's very low risk, high reward if you ask me. You know you need a tackle, just like RC said. Eli Wilkinson, God bless your heart, brother. This is not a bash Eli Wilkinson segment, but there's no way the Falcons were comfortable with Elijah Wilkinson covering Michael Penix Jr.'s blind side. Michael Penix Jr., very extensive injury history in college. We got to cover him, make sure that he stays clean in that pocket. There's no way you're going to protect your franchise quarterback with a backup like Elijah Wilkinson going into week 1. You just can't do it. Not if you're Zach Robinson, not if you're Coach Raheem Morris, not if you're Terry Font. No. You invested too much into Michael Penix Jr. to let a backup cover his blind side. So you had to make a move. You had to try to get somebody. They got Michael Jarrell. I don't know if he's the guy, but he might be the first piece of the puzzle. Maybe he becomes the swing tackle, because we don't even have a swing tackle right now. Storm Norton is out on short-term IR as well. 6 to 8 weeks for the ankle injury. So Falcons have all sorts of trouble right now at the tackle spot. I think they make one more move for a tackle. I think RC is right. They make one more move. Could Michael Jarrell be a swing tackle for the Falcons, and they bring in some higher caliber guy to protect Michael Penix Jr.? I think that's a high possibility. Yes, his blind side, absolutely. He's got to be good at pass. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think they're not done addressing that offensive tackle, RC. That's exactly my point. He's protecting the blind side. You got to be able to pass block. Absolutely. So, some of the other guys, I don't know if there was really many more huge surprises for me. I did see a young man that I wasn't sure was going to make the roster, D'Angelo Malone. I saw he made the roster. I'm sure his special teams came into consideration for that. Jamal Agnew made the roster. Special teams, kick return specialist. He made the roster even though he hasn't played one preseason game with an oblique injury. I was kind of shocked about that. I thought they might let the guy go and we might roll with the Natron Brooks, or we might try out Nathan Carter back there at returner. But clearly there's some value in having a specialist that can flip field position in the punt game and the kickoff game. We'll see. Hopefully Agnew turns out to be the real deal, because I thought we could have used that roster spot for someone else. Also, David Sills makes the 53-man roster. I still don't get it, man, with the David Sills hype. I don't get it. What did David Sills do to deserve the 53-man roster spot? I could almost even understand Chris Blair, but David Sills is a guy that everybody is ranting and raving and salivating over. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I just don't know what he's done. I thought Nick Nash might be a guy you want to keep around. Hopefully he doesn't get scooped up by another team. I think it'd be a huge mistake if we lose Nick Nash, man. Huge mistake. RC says, it pissed me off because we had fixed our pass rushers and got everyone we needed to make a run at this year. We should have signed Blair. Yeah, man, I thought it was Blair or Nick Nash. I thought it was down to those guys, really. I anticipated the Falcons taking 7 wide receivers. I thought that was a high possibility, especially if they kept Agnew. And I thought it would come down to Blair or Nash, but David Sills, man. Clearly they love that guy. I kept hearing all about him from everybody. Every Falcons, everything on the Falcoholic I watched, it was always David Sills. David Sills. David Sills. Oh, yeah, Nick Nash, he did a little bit. And, Chris Blair, he had a couple good moments. But David Sills. David Sills. David Sills. David Sills, you better ball out, man. I don't know how much you expect from wide receiver number 7, but, man, you better ball out, man. Special teams, you better ball out. And if you get in the game, no drops. No drops at all. What's happening, y'all, Falcon fans? Welcome on in. Go ahead and hit that like and hit that subscribe button. We got RC in the building. We talking Falcons. And then we also have Brandon in the building. He said, what's up, Falcon fans? Can't wait for my Bucks to play y'all week number 1. Oh, man, I'm going to be at the game, Brandon. I'm going to be in Atlanta at the game, week number 1. Falcons versus Tampa Bay in the Mercedes-Benz. Look forward to playing you guys. How you feeling about your team, Brandon? How you feeling about the final 53? I've never even seen David in the preseason, but Blair busted out. Yeah, I feel the same way. But there's kind of something to be said. They don't usually play the guys that they want or that they feel have already secured a roster spot. So he must have really impressed during training camp and mini camp for them really to never play the guy. You know what I'm saying? I think he had 1 catch that I saw. Other than that, you didn't see David Sills out there much. So I guess they were saving him. Like, Casey Washington. So, Casey Washington also makes the roster. But my biggest surprise for sure was Clark Phillips III. He was my biggest surprise on this roster. Clark Phillips III, I will say David Sills as well. I was like, huh? What? I was shocked. I was shocked to see those guys on the team. Everybody else, I pretty much expected. Brandon Dorless makes the roster. Rook, the big boys. Expected all those big boys to make that roster. All our outside linebackers, expected those guys to make the roster as well. Troy Anderson potentially can come back off the physically unable to perform list. And Malik Verdo, he's actually has a designation as well. He's a guy that I really liked. He's a guy I really liked his tape. I really liked his tape coming out of college. So he could be a guy that could also come in and at the least be impactful on special teams. Okay, Malik Verdo. Remember that name. Dang, that's a blast, brother. Yeah, Brandon, I'm feeling great about my team right now. Only issues, left tackle Tristan Wirtz is going to be out for a couple weeks, and the Bucs secondary. You're not worried about your receivers? You're not worried about losing 2 receivers? Did you guys lose McMillan? And Chris Godwin is still on, he's going to be out for the beginning of the season too. Not worried about those guys? I'm going to be honest with you, man. I mean, the Bucs, man, they've been playing good football. Last couple of seasons, Baker Mayfield has been playing his heart out. I can't throw no shade at Baker. Baker has been baking dozens and dozens of dots out there. You know what I'm saying? Baker been doing his thing, man. So, I just really, I think the Bucs are going to be a tough team to beat out for the NFC South. I definitely think the Falcons are capable, but they're not going to make it easy for us, though. They're going to be a tough team to beat out in the NFC South, for sure. Any surprise roster cuts? Any surprise roster cuts? RC from you, or any surprise roster cuts from you, Brandon? I appreciate everybody who's been liking and subscribing and viewing the channel. I got some shout outs on YouTube the other day. Next up or whatever, that designation that I got, I really appreciate that, man. Your boys, I'm not even really trying to be next up. I'm just here talking to my folks, talking to my people, giving us some Falcons therapy, giving us some good vibes. That's what I'm giving us. So I appreciate y'all tuning in and chilling with a brother talking. Brandon said Bucs will be all right with the receiving room. I think I think that rookie, that was a genius draft pick, man. Getting that guy, he's gonna really help you guys. Time to shine. Yes, I think he's definitely gonna be shining. And of course we still got Mike Evans. Yeah, I agree. Roster cuts. I was surprised by Trey Palmer and Kyle Trask. Okay. Did Shiloh get cut? Shiloh got released, right? And then my big boy, the 400-pound guy. The 400-pound guy, he got cut too. They were trying to get him into shape so he could be the nose tackle, but he didn't cut the weight, and I heard he got released, man. I felt bad for that guy. I wanted him to get a chance to, live out his dreams. Hopefully he can get a trainer and get a dietitian and can get his weight down, and he can live out his NFL dreams, But he got to lay off, what he got to lay off. I ain't gonna start capping or clowning, but you know what he got to lay off. You got to get in that weight room. Might need to get in that swimming pool too, and he got to get himself a dietitian, man. Got to get on the strict diet. RC said, I think we need to cut ties with Troy Anderson. I'm almost there with you, RC. Troy's on his last chance. He's on his last chance with the Falcons. I gotta believe that, man. Last opportunity to show that he can stay healthy and can contribute. Desmond Watson, that's right. Troy Anderson been hurt every year he's been with the Falcons. When he isn't hurt, he looks like a stud out there. but we barely seen him not hurt. Your best ability is availability. I'm gonna keep on saying that because it's true. Shiloh got cut. Desmond Watson got cut. Yeah, man. I wasn't surprised by Shiloh getting cut. I hate what they did on the NFL Network, though. Not NFL Network, but the broadcast of the last game. The broadcasters were talking about Shiloh throwing the punch, but he was clearly, the guy was blocking him way after the whistle blew. He was all up around Shiloh's neck. Shiloh was backing up, giving him ground, saying, chill out, dude. You know, play's over. And then Shiloh just couldn't take no more. And he popped him one. Get off me, bro. You know, sometimes you do. Hey, get off me, bro. You know? And then they were like, oh, you just can't do that. Oh, you can't throw a punch. Yeah. You know, like, come on, man. He was getting unnecessarily blocked for like 5 seconds after the whistle. So I didn't like that for Shiloh. You know, it painted a bad picture for him, but hopefully he catches on somewhere else. Maybe he gets on the practice squad for the Bucks. Who knows? But yeah, I hope all these guys get a chance to live out their dreams because, you know, it's a lot of hard work, dedication that comes into even making it to the NFL training camp or mini camp. You know how much hard work it takes just to get that invitation. So just because these guys don't make the 53, that is not a slight to any of these gentlemen. It is extremely hard. Extremely hard. RC says, who do you believe should start aside Jesse Bates? That is a great question. I don't think our young guy Xavier Watts is ready. I don't think he's ready. So give me a healthy DeMarco Hellams right next to Jesse Bates. Give him Hellams. They're going to hear footsteps every time DeMarco Hellams is on the field. Wide receiver's going to know where he's at because they don't want to get the Hellams knocked out of them. Oh yeah, DeMarco's bringing that hammer. He's bringing the truck stick with the analog. Come on, man. You know what DeMarco's out there doing. So for me, until Xavier Watts is ready, give me DeMarco Hellams. I wouldn't even mind a 3 safety look with Watts on the field a little bit, Hellams and Jesse Bates III, because Xavier Watts is definitely a ball hawk from his tape at Notre Dame. I think DeMarco Hellams could be that enforcer. He could drop down in the box almost as a third linebacker, and he gives you more versatility there, and he can play that run just as well as a linebacker can. I would love to see that. Almost like a 3-3-5, you know? Both should have gotten ejected if anything. I agree with that. I honestly believe he still would have been cut. I believe that too. I just don't think, you know, he was a great fit. I'm going to be leaving the live. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Brandon. Drive safe. Thank you. I appreciate you. So yeah, it is 4:21 p.m. here in Northern California. But I want DeMarco Hellams until Xavier Watts ready. Then give me Xavier Watts. Don't think he's ready yet. Give Xavier Watts until about, I give him until about week 10. I give him until about week 10. And then I think Xavier Watts might be ready to take the reins, starting aside Jesse Bates. I just hope DeMarco Hellams can stay healthy all year. I hope he can do that, because if we have that guy healthy, I think our defense transforms absolutely, instantly. I think he just brings an element to our defense that we haven't had since Keanu Neal, since like a William Moore, those guys. A big hitter across the middle, I know they have all the protections of the receivers, but this guy, he makes big hits, but they are clean. He makes the hits so big that they look illegal, but they're actually clean. He just brings the hammer, man. He just brings the hammer. Also, DeMonte Casey, he was a guy who brought the hammer too. Crazy Casey. I love it. I love it. Great questions. Great questions. So that is my roster reaction, pretty much. Looking to see what other moves the Falcons make. Like I said, I expect them to make another move at tackle. Could they even make another move on the defense? I don't know. Possible. But I definitely expect another move at tackle. Got a lot of traffic right now on my way to school. So, yes, we are doing it. Reminds me of Scott Case. Oh, yeah. Big hitter. Big hitter. Big hitter, man. Every defense needs that one guy. Every defense needs that one guy. The Falcons have not had an enforcer on the defense for many years. Like I said, since Keanu Neal. And it's shown over the past. Receivers just run around, feel free. They just doing anything. Quarterbacks just feel free to throw the ball across the middle without any consequences, without any repercussions. I'm not saying hurt anybody. I'm not saying give anybody, concussion. I said repercussions, not concussions. Okay? But what I'm saying is, you got to make them feel you when they come across the middle. You got to make them feel you on defense. You got to make them feel you. Okay? And that's what I think DeMarco Hellams could bring to the Falcons as a starter. James Pierce Jr., will he start? That's an interesting question. As of right now, it did not seem like the coaches were talking about starting a James Pierce Jr. Sounded like they were going to bring him in the second wave, but it does not mean that he won't play a lot of snaps, though. But you think about your starters, right? The thing is, Jalen Walker's been injured most of the preseason. He was injured. Half of training camp he was injured. I don't know if he can be penciled in as a starter himself, right? I just don't know. I don't know if he's healthy enough right now. I'm just going to assume that he is, because I haven't heard otherwise. But would you pencil in a Jalen Walker over a Pierce? Or would you pencil in Pierce over Walker? Me personally, I would love to start James Pierce Jr. Me personally. If I had to pick, if I had to choose, if I was just Jeff Ulbrich, I'm picking James Pierce Jr. He's the guy that's disrupting the other team's flow. That's what we need out there, a disruptor. And then give me Leonard Floyd. On the other side, and then you bring Ebiketie and Jalen Walker, and who else do we have? D'Angelo Malone maybe in that rotation, but they got him cross-training with the mic. And then you give me a little bit of a joker with Caden Ellis. He plays a little inside linebacker, but maybe he can rush a little bit too. Did Kareem make the roster? Did he make the roster? I didn't check for his name. He had a really good offseason as well. Braylon Trice, you got him as well. So yeah, you got a good stout group of outside linebackers, man. You got a very good stout group of outside linebackers now. I think Braylon Trice could be a guy we're not talking about him enough. He's a guy that's going to be an impact player. Floyd did not play in the preseason, yes. But all reports are that he has been kicking butt in practice. He's been kicking butt, and he's been doing well. And he also had a very good joint practice with the Tennessee Titans. So I've heard nothing but great things about Leonard Floyd all training camp. Okay. He's definitely taking our young guys under his wing, and that's great to hear. James Pierce Jr. learned a lot from him, and also Jalen Walker. Will Pierce start, or you said Pierce? You said Pierce or Judon? You mean Pierce or Jalen Walker? Yeah. I thought Walker would be the guy who starts and Pierce would come off the bench, but I'm thinking Pierce might be that dude, man. Pierce might be that dude. He might be that guy. He might take that starting spot. And I don't blame it if they give it to him. It's not about draft position. It's about who's the best fit for the defense, who the best player is, man. He said, RC said, good, I was worried about that signing. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty, I would say, comfortable and low risk signing. Wasn't a big one. So, you know, I was pretty comfortable with that, whether it worked or not, but I definitely think it's going to work. The guy has gotten 8 sacks or more, like the last 4 years. So, I mean, unless he just falls off the cliff, Leonard Floyd, if he just falls off the cliff, I expect him to be an impact player. You know what I'm saying? He knows his craft. He has moves on top of moves, on top of moves, on top of counter moves. He's a guy that can beat you with speed. He can beat you with the finesse. He can beat you with a little power. So, yeah, I think Floyd was definitely a very good value signing by Terry Fontenot, and I think that'll pay dividends, man, for the defense. I want to see this defense make a big leap, though, this year. I want to see this defense get into the top 15. I mean, I know they want to be like top 10, probably top 5, you know, for goals, but realistically, top 15. Give me a top 15 defense, and I think this team can make the playoffs. Top 15 defense. That's my goal. Realistic. Divine Diablo. I've been hearing really good things about him as well. I think that was a great signing by Terry Fontenot. A guy with a ton of speed, veteran guy, but he's still young. Guy can play. He can play the running back out of the backfield. He can play the run. He only had a couple issues with missed tackles a little bit last year, but he's a guy that makes plays. Divine Diablo. Looking forward to great things from him as well at linebacker. I think he's gonna be one of the fan favorites, and he has a great name, Divine Diablo. Let's pray for a tackle. Yeah, let's see what we get, man. Michael Geralds, welcome to Falcon Nation. But I think there's gonna be another move, man. There's gonna be another move. Another move, man. One more question. Will we keep Kirk Cousins? That's a great question, man. Asked me this 2 months ago. I say absolutely we trade Kirk. But did you see Easton Stick? Did you see Easton Stick in the preseason? The guy cannot read a defense. I'm sorry, he can't. He cannot read a defense. God forbid anything happen to Michael Penix Jr. We would be back to being a top 10 pick, probably a top 5 pick team if Easton Stick is our quarterback. If Easton Stick is our number 2, he's one play away from being the QB1. Ain't no way. The guy threw like 3 pick sixes in preseason against third stringers. Please, no. Let's keep Kirk just in case something happens to Penix. We already paid him the roster bonus, so it's not going to cost us any more money. Let's just keep him, man. Just in case something happens. Let's just keep him. That's what I say. Yes. Yeah. I'm not comfortable with Easton Stick as our number 2 QB. So let's keep Kirk. Easton Stick can be the emergency QB3. I mean, yeah. Let's just keep it at that. Good question. I keep Kirk unless somebody makes a great offer for him, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. Guy is old. He got extensive injury history. He looked terrible at the end of last season. I mean, who's trading anything higher than a 4th round pick for that guy? I think if the Falcons get a 3rd rounder, they'll pack Kirk's bags for him. They'll pack Kirk's bags for him and send him off. They get a 3rd rounder today. But I don't think anybody's going above a 3rd rounder. Probably not even a 4th. I don't think anybody's going over a 5th round pick for Kirk Cousins. And that contract. That contract, man. You know, the Falcons are going to want to try to go negotiate. Hey, you know, we'll pay a little bit of his salary, but, you know, man, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, man. So, it's going to be really tough to trade a Kirk Cousins right now. Like I said, unless a team is willing to come up off a 4th or 3rd round pick, I just don't see it happening right now. And at this point, I think he's better as an insurance policy than anything. So, Kirk Co is going to probably stay in Atlanta for 25, 26, and then be free to go. After that, try to go find a team that will let him start, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to start. He don't want to be a backup. You said that. He don't want to be a backup. But I hate to tell you, Kirk, you're a backup, buddy. Ha-ha! Is Pitt's going to break out this year? Oh, man, we've been asking that for the past 2 seasons. Just going into the 3rd one. Is he going to break out? I don't think so. What's different? Michael Penix is different, but, I mean, I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I certainly hope he does. I hope he does, but I don't see it, man. Oh! That's another surprising roster reveal. The Falcons kept 4 tight ends. I couldn't believe that when I saw that. We kept Kyle Pitts. I can't think of Charlie Warner. Then we kept Quintorio, whatever his name is, Quintoriano. And then we kept Felipe Franks too. I couldn't believe it. Now, don't get me wrong. Felipe Franks had a great touchdown in week number 3 against the 3rd stringers, but I didn't think there was any way he was making a roster. Falcons keep 4, count them, 4 tight ends. I was shocked about that. I was definitely shocked. Matt Ryan looked good. Yep, Matt Ryan definitely looked good. You know, he loved to throw to the tight end. He loved to throw to Austin Hooper. Everybody know he loved to throw to Levine Toilolo. He loved to throw to, of course, Tony Gonzalez. He loved to throw to what was my guy's name? He came from the Colts. I can't remember his name, but he loved to throw to him too. He loved him some tight end. Oh, absolutely. He loved throwing to the tight end. Absolutely, man. So the thing is, Kyle Pitts has all the measurables, man. He has all the measurables to be great. He has the length. He has the leaping ability. He has the speed. He has it all. I ain't saying he don't have heart, because I don't like to say people don't have heart, but it's just something missing. Something missing, man. I want to say it's that grit. I want to say the grittiness. He's just missing that grittiness. I don't call it hearts, man. I call it grittiness. But the thing is, that wide receiver, he's not quick enough to get off of jams. He's not quick enough for that. So trying to play him at receiver isn't a great. It's not a great decision either, because his feet aren't quick enough. So you're kind of stuck with him as a oversized wide receiver a bit. It's like an oversized wide receiver. Yeah, watch the car in front of you. Don't just hit your gas. Watch the car in front of you. Great question, though. I don't trust it, though. I wouldn't put no money on it. I wouldn't do it. We ain't seen it yet. Not since the first year. So why would he do it now? Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Nothing personal, Kyle Pitts. I want you to break out. I want you to get 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. I want you to do it. I wanted you to do it last year when I drafted you in my fantasy football league. And you really turned out to only have 3 good games all year. I wanted you to do it last year. But, you know, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, man. You had a couple good games last year, though. A couple good games. I might draft you again this year, but I'm definitely going to have a better player in front of him. Like, he's not going to be my number 1 tight end on fantasy. He's going to be number 2. My emergency tight end or something like that. You know? Or if he gets on a roll, just stick him in there and ride the wave. One of my fantasy football leagues is drafting. They started drafting. I couldn't get into my league. I was supposed to be getting, I was supposed to just be getting set up because the league is renewed for all the same people last year. But for some reason, I couldn't log in. It took until this morning. The thought came to me, hey, tell the commissioner just remove me from the league and then re-add me to the league. So I had him do that. And it finally worked. I was able to get back in. The draft had already started, but the draft is over several days. So you can take your time, but he did 2 draft picks for me. I was kind of regretting one because I should have gotten Amon-Ra St. Brown. I should have just got him, man. He's a guy that I really wanted. But I chose with my heart. I chose Drake London. It's a 2 QB league, so I had to take a QB that first round or that second round. So I chose Patrick Mahomes. And then now I'm looking to make picks number 5 and 6 because I'm the 12th player, so I get 2 picks in a row on the snake draft. So RC says, I believe that we will still win the division, but after that, I don't know. Yeah, that's the goal, man. Win the South, right? Win the South. After that, I don't know either, my friend. Got a lot of tough teams out there. Got the Eagles out there, man. Even though we beat the Eagles last year. Eagles a tough team, man. Tough team. If we make the playoffs, I think it's possible that the Bucks make the playoffs too. I think we could have 2 teams in the playoffs. Then who else you thinking about? You thinking about the Vikings? Can they repeat their performance from last season with J.J. McCarthy, or will they struggle? Don't know. Who else is out there? Are the Cardinals the real deal? Are the Rams the real deal? Can you count on the Cowboys? How about those Commanders and Jaden Daniels? Can they build upon last season's success? Ton of questions we got. Out there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. And are the Carolina Panthers for real? I honestly have that question because they ended the season last season with a huge upswing, man. Bryce Young looked good. Chuba Hubbard looked good. The connection between Bryce Young and Adam Thielen and Xavier Leggett started looking good, man. I think Bryce Young found something last year. He found his swagger. He got his swag back. I don't know if you knew, but somebody took his girl. He had his girl, and then they showed his girl on the Jumbotron with the NBA player. I think it was Tyrese Maxey. He took Bryce Young's girl, and then he started playing horribly after that. What woman will do that to you, man? And I ain't bashing women, but a woman will do that to you. When a woman do you wrong, and you give your all to her, it will just deflate you, man. It will mess up your whole life if you're not careful. So Bryce Young, clearly, man, I know he loved that woman, but she wasn't for you, bro. She wasn't for you. She did you a favor, Bryce. You had to find yourself. You had to dig deep and find some toughness and some resolve inside of you, man. And you did it. And I'm proud of Bryce Young. Now, he's not a Falcon, but I'm proud of that kid, man. I'm glad he bounced back from that embarrassing moment. And he started balling out, man. He started balling out. I'm rooting for Bryce Young. I'm going to pick him in my fantasy football league if I can. I'm totally rooting for Bryce Young, man. Speaking of KC, we beat them. If we would have gotten that interference call in the end zone. Everybody know that was pass interference, man. Everybody know that was pass interference. Absolutely. Absolutely. So my first 4 picks have been Drake London, Patrick Mahomes, Rashee Rice, and Omarion Hampton from the Chargers. He's a rookie running back that everybody's been ranting and raving about. I know the Chargers want to run that football. Jim Harbaugh. All else fails, Jim Harbaugh gonna run that football, man. He gonna run that rock. And Omarion Hampton looks to be the best running back on the team, so I took him with my 4th pick. And we'll see what we do for my 5th and 6th picks of my fantasy football league. And for the Falcon Therapy League, we are drafting Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and then we're going to do it live, man. We're going to do it live. We're going to hop on, and you can look and see who and what everybody is drafted. That'll be awesome. I can't wait to do that with you guys. That should be amazing. I think that'll be my first time as commissioner doing a live, YouTube live draft. Hopefully we get a lot of people in there with comments, suggestions, just coming in, feeling the vibe, having fun. So stay tuned for that on Sunday. That's this Sunday, August 31st. Live Fantasy Football League draft. We just filled up the last slot yesterday, or else I would have invited you, RC, to join the Fantasy Football League, brother, because you seem like a cool dude, like you might enjoy it. But, you know, there's always next year. Always next year. We'll probably redo it. And we can hopefully, if we don't do 12, maybe we can do 14 teams. Add 2 more slots for subscribers and, you know, friends that want to join in. So, yeah, much love, man. Oh, you don't do fantasy football. I don't get to see all the Falcons games unless it's free TV. A lot on night games this year. Yes, absolutely. A lot of night games this year. Falcons on prime time. Love to see it. Because I hate just watching everybody else's team all the time. I like watching my team, even though I be nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably one of the most nervous guys that watches Falcons football. I'm always anticipating something going wrong. Because that's what we do as Falcon fans. We've just known, like, when things are really good, something's gonna go wrong, unfortunately. Something gonna go wrong. If it's going good, how long is it gonna stay good for? Something's bound to go wrong, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. But yeah, I'm glad to see a lot more primetime games for the Falcons. Falcons becoming an exciting team to watch once again. Like I said, Michael Penix Jr. And Jaden Daniels had a very nice quarterback duel last year at the end of the season when they were fighting for playoff position. Commanders end up winning that game, but it's very closely contested, and it was an overtime game. You know, Falcons should have won that game too if it weren't for some time management issues by Coach Raheem Morris, but you know, that's neither here nor there. We ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. What's done is done. But yeah, hopefully we can get some better time management. I sent in a resume. You know, about time management coach, time management assistant, time management consultant. Coach Raheem Morris might want to holler at your boy. So, you know, if he's still messing up on the time management, let him know, hey, your boy let us pray. Send his resume in. He can help you with your time management, Coach Raheem Morris. I don't need 10 million. Just give me 9. Just give me 9 million. I'll do it for 9 million, okay? You know what I'm saying? I live like 3 hours from Atlanta and need to go see them. Absolutely. I was about 4 hours from Atlanta a few months ago in Savannah, Georgia. We got about 13, 14 minutes. What's up, Giovanni? How are you? How are you? Once again, Caleb McGarry. Caleb McGarry is out for the season, y'all. He's out. All those reports that you was hearing that he was going to be back by week 4, week 6, or after the bye, those were bogus. That's why you got to be careful whose reports you listen to, y'all. Don't just be so eager to be the first one to report something. Make sure you get it validated. Caleb McGarry out for the year, knee injury. So, yeah, Falcons already picked up 1 tackle from the Seattle Seahawks. I anticipate another move before next week as well. All right, RC, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate the dialogue. Appreciate you timing in, and appreciate the support, brother. Peace. Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you. Much love. What's up, yo? What's this? Giovanni, how you doing? All right, here we go. Yes. You can always see me after the games with a little recap, a little review of something. Almost to school, so I think we're gonna go ahead and get off of here because I'm gonna have to book it out of the car as soon as I park in the parking garage, and I know it's gonna be packed because it's the first week of school. Y'all can actually see my face now. Sorry, it's in the shadows kind of, but the sun is just glaring. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you're having a blessed and a prosperous day. Thank you for accompanying me back on my first day of the last semester of grad school. Thank you so much. Tell those that you love them while you can. Thank you for everybody that came through. RC, thank you for coming through. Giovanni, thank you for coming through. Who else did we have here? Brandon was here. Thank you, Brandon, for coming through. Kat was here. Thank you. Jocelyn was here. JG Bros was here. We had a lot of people here, man. So thank y'all. Thank you, everybody. Tell those that you love them while you can. Have a blessed and a prosperous rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday morning, with another episode of Falcons Therapy. Peace. And I'm out. Yay.